So, guys, this is our trigger warning. Before we get into today's episode, I want to take a moment to acknowledge something important. This conversation includes topics like bullying, mental health, and unaliving ourselves. These are real, heavy issues that can be difficult to hear about, especially if you've experienced them personally. So, please take care of yourself while listening. Pause if you need to, step away if it feels too much, and if we ask questions during this episode that feel too difficult or too personal to answer, that's completely okay. Just comment in the comment section pass, and there's no pressure here. This is a safe space first and always. Welcome back to Unfiltered, where we keep it real, raw, and honest. I'm your girl, Kate. Joining me are some amazing individuals. From my co-hosts to our guests, tonight's episode is different. Tonight we're talking about something that's affecting our kids, our community, and even us as adults. Online bullying, bullying in general, and unaliving ourselves prevention. This is not just a conversation, this is about saving lives, changing behavior, and protecting our people. Because the truth is, this is bigger than we think. Studies show that 1 in 3 young people experience cyberbullying. But here's what people don't talk about enough. Adults are dealing with this too. Research show that 30 to 45% of adults have experienced some form of online harassment, and about 1 in 5 have faced more serious situations like threats and ongoing abuse. If you've ever been bullied, felt isolated, or stayed silent when you should have spoken up, this episode is for you. And just know you're not alone. So let's talk about what bullying looks like today. Bullying isn't just what it used to be. It's not the schoolyard fights anymore. Now it's in comments, in DMs, in group chats, screenshots, fake pages, public embarrassment online. And this just isn't just happening to kids. It's happening on social media, work platforms like email or Slack, gaming communities, and dating apps. And the crazy part is, it doesn't stop when you go home anymore. There's no safe space when when your phone is always on. That's what makes cyberbullying hit different. It follows you 24/7. And sometimes it's just not one person's, it's groups. It's people piling all at once. So now I'm asking my lovely panel, have you ever experienced bullying online or in real life? You guys can unmute whenever you're ready and mute when you're done.
I have, yes.
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 No.
Yes, I have.
Definitely.
Right. Do you think social media made bullying worse or just more visible?
In my opinion, I feel like it's in between. It can make it worse, but at the same time, it can't.
I
Nah,
feel like it's been, I'm so sorry. Go
no, no,
ahead.
go ahead. No,
I
you
feel
go.
like it's actually both. Like it's made it worse and it's made it more visible and
I
it's more
agree.
accessible.
I agree.
See that's why I'm glad you went before me. You said exactly what I wanted to say. Perfect.
I agree with that also, only because it seems like people feel a lot stronger behind a keyboard.
Yeah, you got everybody trying to do it now. Like, bro, like you was not like that in real life, but behind a
Because we all know
keyboard.
you're not like that. Like, come on.
Like,
And the last one for this segment is, why do you think people bully others?
Their own insecurities.
I was going to say the same thing. They're miserable with themselves, and misery loves company. So that's the only way that they can, I don't know, feel bigger and better about themselves is to make somebody else feel so small.
I agree. They're just miserable. It makes them feel better when they bring somebody else down. So it gets their problems out their own, but it's not right. and they try to make that as like it's okay because it's helping them, and really it's not. It's hurting both people.
A lot of times it's the ones that get bullied in real life, the ones that end up turning on, doing the bullying online. It's almost like they feel like they're their own karma. So they got it. So now they got to dish it out to somebody else.
I actually agree with that. I feel like they themselves might have suffered bullying, and now they're projecting their feelings and their insecurities and their anger because they've been bullied onto other people.
Okay, I'm just going to drop some facts on you guys real quick because we wouldn't be spreading awareness if we didn't. Let's talk about facts for a second. About 1 in 5 students report bullying or being bullied in school. Around 1 in 3 young people experience cyberbullying, and for adults, up to 45% say they've experienced online harassment. About 1 in 5 adults report more serious harassment like threats or stalking. Victims of bullying are significantly more likely to experience depression, anxiety, and low self-esteem. And young people who are cyberbullied are at a much higher risk for suicidal thoughts and attempts. And here's the part that gets me. Most people who witness bullying, they don't step in, and that silence is part of the big problem. Words just don't hurt, they stick. And when something is online, it can spread, it can go viral, and it can feel impossible to escape. We're talking about things like name calling and humiliation, rumors being spread, threats, people exposing private information, or constant harassment that just doesn't stop. And certain groups deal with this even more. Women, marginalized communities, and people in the public eye are often targeted at higher risk. Bullying can lead to low self-esteem, isolation, depression, anxiety, sleep issues, trouble focusing, and in some cases, suicidal thoughts. And let's be real, a lot of people are suffering quietly. Some people even start to shrink themselves, stop posting, stop speaking up, and leave spaces completely just to avoid being targeted. Because people don't always show it, but inside they're dealing with hopelessness, embarrassment, and feeling like they don't belong. So now I ask you guys, my beautiful panel, why do you think people are so afraid to speak up?
I feel like it's because some people don't like when they do if they do speak up or if they see like other people speaking up, nothing's being done about it. So or they feel like they don't have anybody in their corner.
I feel like that is something, but also a lot of times, especially in the more recent years, we're constantly hearing, "Oh, you're just soft," or grow a backbone, or thicker skin, or whatever, and that really makes people not want to say, hey, something's going on, because then they're just getting more back by saying, oh, you're just too soft, or it's not that big a deal, or you should have seen what we went through back in the day. They're feeling like they're not being heard.
Yeah, I agree. Or like that saying, sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt. But they do hurt. They stick with you.
I agree with what they said. At the same time, I feel like some people entertain it, if that makes sense. Like they're not against it. They feel like it's right. At the same time, the ones who don't like who don't think it's right, and then they try to speak up, like I feel like they were in a position maybe once and they just tried to, and nothing ever got, like, nothing helped the situation. Nobody like help them, or even if they didn't, like, they're just, when you speak up, like, sometimes people don't want to because they're scared it's going to happen to them too for speaking up.
piggybacking off of what you said, yeah, a lot of people don't want the spotlight to be on them because as soon as they say something, the next thing you know, the animosity or the bullying that one person had then shifts to them because they don't want to open their mouth.
I agree with what everybody has shared already, but I kind of fall back on the insecurity. I feel like a lot of people feel like their voices don't matter. You see it everywhere, even like in voting, when we're voting for president. A lot of people don't vote because they feel like their voice doesn't matter. So I feel that that kind of carries on everywhere throughout our lives. And a lot of people don't say anything because they truly don't feel like they make a difference.
I also feel like it could also be that they think they will make matters worse than what it is. They'll make the situation or the bullying worse on them, or have the bullying project to somebody else that will agree with them if they do say something.
I just want to say also, I agree with what Samith said. It takes a lot of courage, and then at the same time, they feel like they're not either being heard, or they feel like they're gonna be the next ones for speaking up.
I must say, you guys all have valid points. Um, in your opinion, how can we create, us as podcasters, or even in our communities, a safer space for people to open up?
I feel like making awareness, like even on podcasts, is even if you're just live, just making awareness, even if it's just like just helping somebody out who's been through it, or just talking about it just to make awareness of it. Um, or like the people you're around, like, and like I know like some people are scared to stand up, but stand up regardless, because it can help in situation. Like your voice can, it matters, like, and no matter the situation, even when you don't think it matters, your voice does matter.
I would say I agree. I feel like speaking up, especially if you do see like certain things, like even just being here on live or like being on TikTok and stuff, you see a lot of different stuff, and don't allow them just to be, like people just saying stuff. I know like people make jokes and stuff like that, but if you can see that it's truly hurting somebody's feelings, stop somebody in this, just stop it. Like, no, that's not okay.
I feel like if we just make it comfortable for people to actually, say what they want, or step up and speak out against it. I know personally, it's nothing like having like an older sibling. Because all that bullying shit stopped once big bro or big sis come around. I feel like if you had people that just make it comfortable to be like, look, this is what I'm going through, and they had a community to come to, I think that'd definitely help it out. Um, I know personally, and I've been on both sides. I've been two people, and I've been the person that people come to, and so I know, like I said, on both sides how effective it can be.
I just want to comment on that real quick because, like, and also, like, as for me, I don't know, but I was in a situation where also, like, I spoke up and I actually went on a platform to make awareness of the situation, and it did like get worse after that. And then me and that person, like, I try to call him out to understand why, because I'm the type who needs closure. um I try to call him out to see like what's the problem, like is there a way like we can make it cordial, but it just made it worse. And I feel that, but at the end of the day, after it calmed down, it did get better. Like I don't go around them, they stay away from me. So like even when like in that predicament, like I felt like my voice didn't matter when it did, and then it calmed out, it did.
I feel like also just making sure that people are aware that, we're a safe space, being inclusive, Um, the reiteration that, hey, you guys, this is a safe place. Our block fingers are quick. We will not let anybody attack you. You can be here. You
Absolutely.
can say what you need to say. You're safe here, and just reiterating that so that people know.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that, Jess, is that, just talking about it and bringing more awareness to the situation, period, the whole bullying situation, um, and being able to allow others to know that we are safe spaces. They are able to come into our lives or our DMs and, seek help. And, that will also help with the unaliving ratios.
Yeah, I might be the wrong person to speak on that because, like I said, I've been on both sides, and as of late, it's always been I'm the person people run to. And Kay will tell you, like, I don't care what she's going through. If I peep anything, I'll be like, all right, who did it? Who I got to pull up on? And it's literally like I can't say too much, but all I got to do is make a phone call, and we on the way. And that's all I'm gonna say on that.
Yeah, that is completely true. And piggybacking off of Jess, and I haven't answered any of these questions because this is for you guys. This is for all of us, but this is also for me to learn some more things as well. But one of the ways that I create a safer space here on Unfiltered is one of the rules coming in, because yes, we have many rules. Coming into Unfiltered the podcast, I made sure whatever drama you have outside of the podcast stays outside the podcast. And two, all of my co-hosts have the ability to block anyone who comes in through the door. You don't have to ask me if that person is making you feel uncomfortable or that person you don't mess with them. You can block them at any time. And I just all I ask is what happened, and then they tell me later via text message or whatever. But we have an open door policy at Unposted the Podcast, and that's one of the many things I love. Like we do mental health checks on each other. We see if everyone's comfortable. Like you guys saw when we were like, "Oh, how was your week?" and they were like, "Oh, it was not good." It was like we need to take a step back because sometimes conversations like this can be good, or they can go really bad when you have a bad week. So I keep that in mind for everyone, not just my co-host, also my special guests. And you guys are people who I admire. I see on a daily, whether it's online or real life, and I really take account what you guys have to say, or I would not ask for you guys to be up here. But the next question is, have you ever realized later that something affected you more than you thought?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man, the rear view is always 2020. It's some things that you might have laughed off, but then when you got home and you really dwelled on it, yeah, definitely.
Heavy only got home and dwelled on it.
Yeah, I was going to say, Zay said the perfect thing. Like, and at first you just really don't think it hits you like that. And then when you like really get home, you think about it, or even if you're already home and it just comes to your mind later, you're like, damn, like, what the fuck?
Yes, it's those quiet moments that stuff like that creeps up on you and you go back and think about it. And it might not have bothered you right then and there, but when you're sitting with yourself and you start to think, yeah, then you're thinking of all of the stuff and it's going to come back and bother you.
See, I'm the opposite. Again, I I had to put my 2 cents into this one. I'm the opposite. When I think about it later, I get frustrated with myself and I'm like, I could have said this and this and this. Why didn't I think about that at the time? I could have hit him with this. But I think it's just the Gemini in me. But we're just
I
gonna
was
leave it
gonna
as
say I'm both for sure. I'm definitely both. Like sometimes I definitely will look back and be like, dang, I should have said this. Ooh, I'm so mad I didn't say this. I almost want to go back and start the conversation over just to say this. Like, ugh.
Definitely. I definitely agree. I'm like that. Like, there's even conversations when me and Case had, and I'm like, damn, like, I should have said this instead of.
See, and I take everything. I am the type of person that I'm a wholehearted person. If I like you, I like you wholeheartedly. If you hurt me, I take my heart away completely. So like I've been in situations where when I get home, then I start getting mad at myself and I start internalizing it. And I'm like, wow, I could have done this, but then I start bullying myself and I'm like, why did I allow that person to get to me? Then I bully myself. And that's definitely a situation that I am working on. But my background, I mean, I come from um, a lot of PTSD that's happened to me. So it's definitely stuff that I'm working through. But yeah, I mean, bullying is definitely something that you can take internally also.
Definitely agree with that. I don't know how many times I've had arguments and it could have started off something petty or it could have been a regular discussion that turned to arguments and then you'd be like, Greg, why you say that? Or why you do that? But then I also gotta realize that when you get people that hurt you or say something offensive, you can't get mad about how they shoot back. Like once you say something and once you take it to a level that it wasn't supposed to go, everything that happens after that is fair game. So like I feel what you're saying. Echoes like sometimes I would get home like why would I say that? But then again I have to realize like yo they got to stop playing with you.
Facts. And hurt people. So
Absolutely.
Facts.
Absolutely. They do have, and that's one thing, being a mental health advocate and working with mental health for over 20 years, that's one thing that I talk to the patients and I let them know, just like we're allowed to have our feelings and just like we're allowed to get upset and get mad and get hurt and angry, they're allowed to express their feelings also. So I absolutely agree with that.
all right. Now we're gonna get into something serious but necessary. Unaliving oneself is one of the leading causes of death, especially among young people. But here's something important to understand. Most people don't actually want to unalive. They want to relieve, they want the relief from the pain they're feeling. And when someone is dealing with constant bullying online or in real life, that pain can feel nonstop. Warning signs are withdrawal from people, sudden mood changes, talking about feeling hopeless or like a burden, giving away belonging, saying goodbye in a subtle way. And another thing, people who are bullied and even people who bully others are both at higher risk for mental health struggle. This isn't just one sided, it's a bigger issue. So I ask you, again, my beautiful panel, have you guys ever noticed signs in someone but didn't know what to do? And in the end, what did you do?
oh, that's kind of that's heavy.
If you guys need to take a moment, you can. You're more than good to take a moment and just reflect on the question.
I was gonna ask if you could repeat it.
Yeah, that's not a problem. Have you ever noticed signs in someone but didn't know what to do? And after, like, let me rephrase it, like, after the fact, what did you do?
Um, yes, I have noticed signs. I feel like I'm the type of person I try to make jokes with people. I'm like, I try to bring people like their spirit up if I can see that they're kind of like down or they're not really talking much and like different things like that. I try to bring my personality to like brighten up their mood, like try to be that light in a way, to be like the light at the end of the tunnel. Try to get their mind off of it. If I'm close enough to them where, because people are from different states, so it's like if I'm close enough to them where I could pull up on them and like take them out the house for a minute just to get their mind off of stuff, things like that. um I would sit on the phone with that person just to make sure that they're okay, literally keep reassuring them that they can talk to me about anything and that I'm here for them. And I probably know what you're going through because I go through a lot of stuff myself, and different things like that.
I definitely like have to like go off that. I agree with that. Like I like at first like sometimes I didn't see the signs because I'm a little slow, so it takes me a minute to register like the situation or what's going on. But usually, like, I've always been the type where I'm better at being there for somebody than myself. Like, be there for somebody, but I can't do it myself. So, like, I'm really good at that. And if you know me, you know that as one of the facts. But, I just try to be there the best I can, even if it's just to sit on the phone in silence and they just want to cry or whatever. I try to be, I don't know how to word this. I try to be the person that they could call into when they need some money and that they're not alone.
I'm gonna agree with the both of you. I usually see signs pretty well, only because I've been through it, so I know. You know, they're not. They might not be so loud. The signs might not be so loud, but I kind of feel like I know what to look for in a way. And I definitely let, the people know that I'm here. And like Patty said, even if it's just to sit in silence, I've been on several phone calls for hours in just complete silence. But sometimes, but sometimes, and I only say that because, I'm the same way. Sometimes I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to be around people, but it's nice to know that somebody's still there. Um, but I just, I let them know, hey, I am here. What do you need? What do you need? What can I do to help you feel, you know, comfortable right now, to feel okay right now? Do you want to talk? Do you want to just sit here? But I will just make sure that I'm there and I'm available. Um, I'll let people know, and my friend group knows that they can call me at all hours of the night and I will answer the phone. Um, but yeah, just to let them, just be there. Be there.
I wish I was allowed to press the stop the cat button right now.
Listen, we are on the phone 23 hours out of the 24 hours of the day.
Stop the cap.
No, we are. And when I run to her, she is there. But
So it's really you that's tapping. Wow.
no, because I'm up all night because I can't sleep. And if you know me, Petty knows for 100% sure. I've called Submiss at like 4 in the morning because I was trying to turn off headphones. Like I am up at night. Her, she drops, she's done. Like nope, yeah.
No, yeah, that's me too.
She, yeah. Roman said, "Y'all even sleep on the call." Yes, we do. All three of us snoring on one phone call. Yep.
And I feel like in these type of situations, do not text me. Call me. Please call me because I'm gonna answer. I'm more likely to get to you like so much quicker, easier. Just call me. Please call me.
And another thing with that is with the please call me, I want to hear your voice because
Yes,
I feel like you can hear what they're
yes,
feeling, what they're going through, how bad it is,
exactly.
rather than how, try and see it through the text message. You know what I mean? I want to
Yes.
hear your voice. I want to hear where you're at emotionally. And I feel like, yeah, you can hear that a lot better through that.
And
Yeah,
most times, my friends have like iPhones, so I'm going to FaceTime you. I want to physically see that you are okay. And if I have to stay on FaceTime with you forever, I won't hang up. I won't hang up, I promise you. I will go
yeah.
to sleep and still be there.
But say bump all that, depending on who it is, I'm pulling up.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, don't get me wrong, phone is cool for some people, but if I really like if you really my heart, yeah, I'm pulling up because I need you. Like I need you, and I what's up? Let me know. Just like I think Jess said it. Well, what do you need? I'm asking what do you want, and then what do you need?
Yes.
Because if I got it, then I'm trying to give both. Because I know what you want can make you smile momentarily, and then what you need can really help you move permanently. So
Well said, well said.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I that's honestly why I started actually going live on TikTok, was because I wanted to be able to help as many people as I could when it came to mental health. But I'm definitely the same type. I will be there, and I tell my room when I go live. I tell them every time I'm about to disconnect. You know, if y'all need the National Suicide Hotline, if y'all need this, if y'all need that, y'all can reach out to me in my DMs. I would rather sit with you for hours than see the alternative. So I definitely agree with all of you guys.
Yes.
And another thing also is like I get the phone calls, I mean, and I get the pulling up, but sometimes like people like don't realize, like, even though they're going through it and they're like getting bullied, whatever, like they're in that state of mind and they feel like no one cares. There is people who care. Sometimes even when people don't say it, you're their person. Like if you're like were to, not be here anymore, that hurts them deeply too, because you were their person, even when you don't think that you are. Like a lot of people love you and will always love you regardless, even if some people don't. That's just life. Like you're not going to be for everybody, but just know you have people there that love and support you, and that, like, even when you're in that state of mind, just know it's gonna hurt the other people who care too. Like, and sometimes that's hard to think about, especially when you're going through whatever you're going through. But like, just know you always got somebody.
Well said, well said.
What would you say to someone who feels like giving up?
Hear you, please.
What would you say to someone who feels like giving up?
Kind of what I really just said. Like even though you're in that situation, you really like don't look at it like you're in your own, like you're going through that. But at the same time, if you were to give up, like you're gonna hurt that other person too. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna feel alone. They're gonna be in that predicament next. Like sometimes. So like people care enough about you to not be in that, like, if I mean, shit, sorry, let me reword that. Some people care enough about you, but even when you don't see it, I promise you there's at least, I could say at least five people who loves and cares for you. And that regardless, whenever you're like close to that giving up, go to them people, even when you don't want to, but save your life. Yeah.
I would just tell them that they are loved, they are appreciated, they are seen, because a lot of people feel like they are not seen in that moment, and that they are cared about, that they have people, just like Petty said, like you have people, and although like right now you are hurting, time heals and it gets better. Just like stick it out, even though you might not feel like I can make it till tomorrow, you make it till tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, and you just have people, like, think about people that you have to live for. Like, you have so many people that you could impact with this, and you don't know how far your life can go because you took it so soon. You know what I mean?
And it's just a
No.
cycle, like, you know, eh, like it's not going to be a forever thing. Like you are strong enough to come out of it, and you got this. Like even when you don't think and you're at your lowest, like it's just a cycle that you have to fight. And I don't like, I know a lot of people don't believe in God, like you guys have your own religion, but in my religion I feel like God has a plan for everything to make you stronger, because he knows how strong you are and he knows you're going to get through it.
I know that I would say, that they are loved and they are wanted and they are appreciated. I also know on the other end though, sometimes hearing that makes you question, are you really? Because you're feeling that way for a reason. You're feeling like nobody's showing you that love and that appreciation. And I feel like the actions speak louder than words. We all know that. So I would have to, instead of, not just say it, but show them how much they're loved and how much they're appreciated. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do agree with that. I feel like in that moment of like when you are feeling like that, you feel like you don't have nobody. You feel like you are not loved, you're not appreciated, you're not seen and things like that. So I definitely do say like show them better than you can tell them.
Yes, yes. Whether it's a hug or, sitting and crying with them or, just showing them how much that you would feel personally if they weren't around anymore. You know what I mean? Show them how much that you care.
Yeah, definitely have to show them that they matter.
That's why I was saying, like, even like when you feel like you have nobody in that moment, there is somebody that it's gonna hurt too. Like, you know, when you like, if you were to give up, you're gonna hurt that person because, like, everybody has somebody. You know, like, even when you think you don't, when you're in that mind, just know like that. Like there is somebody who loves and cares for you. Like, and I agree. Like actions are way better than just words. Because like when you're in a predicament, you're not listening. It's not going through, it's coming in one ear and out the other, you know, like
Literally going right over your head.
Yeah, I love what Jess said about the whole hug thing, because that sounds like something I would do. Like, come here, bring it in, bring it in, big dog, bring it
Yes,
in.
please hug me. Let me cry on your shoulder, please.
Yes.
Bring it
Yes.
in. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. Go ahead, cry a little bit. I'll cry with you. We're gonna cry together, and then we gonna lace these boots up, and then see what we got to do about getting what we need to get done. You gotta lead with some type of sympathy, and then give them as much help as they can take. Because I mean, don't get me wrong. As much help as we can give them, this is something they gonna have to get for themselves. But like everybody was saying, sometimes just knowing that you have people there will, boost those chances of you getting better.
Absolutely. I agree with everyone and what everybody has been saying. Personally, I know when I deal with people, I try to remind them how strong they are. So I kind of start off with something like, "You're really brave. I'm really glad you told me. That shows me that you're strong and you're willing to stick around if you just feel the love or the support that you need." I try to build them up because they're already down, so down that they feel like they're so willing to give up. So I definitely try to do that. And then what everybody says, show them the physical love, show them, words can only go so far. But after that, people want to see actions and see how, they truly, are going to be missed or how truly they are loved. So yeah, I definitely agree with the whole, you know, action is better than words.
So let's get into real support because talking is powerful, but action saves lives. And one reason people don't reach out A lot of people feel like nothing will change or they won't be taken seriously. But that doesn't mean help isn't real. There's resources. Call or text 988, the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline in the United States. Chat online, 988lifeline.org. Crisis text line, text HOME to 741-741. And also, there's trusted adults, therapists, school counselors, and community leaders you can go to. Also, don't underestimate this. Feeling connected to even one person can reduce someone's risk in a major way. Reaching out is not a weakness, it's survival. We we can't just talk about the problem. We gotta be the solution. Because prevention doesn't start in a crisis, it starts in how we treat people every day and also how we respond. Because a lot of times people don't report harassment because they think nothing will happen. So we have to do better, not just as individuals, but as a community. We're talking about checking up on people, even when they say or they feel like fine. Teaching kids emotional awareness and digital responsibility. Using block and report tools and setting boundaries online. Holding bullies accountable, not excusing harmful behavior. And being mindful of what we post, share, and engage with. Because sometimes it's not just the bully, it's the audience that gives them the power. So now, my last two questions for my beautiful panel. Number one, what does being part of the solution actually look like to you?
I would say things like this, like being on like platforms like this where we are spreading awareness, seeing things and saying something, letting people know that they do have like somebody that they can come and talk to, because everybody, isn't, um they're like afraid to talk to somebody. So it's like just letting them know and reassuring them that you can be their listening ear, even if you don't know them, and like things like that. And just standing up for real, for real.
I'm not sure what the name of the organization is, but I know it's like they will reach out, or they will have kids who are getting bullied reach out to them, and then it's just like a bunch of fathers, and then they will show up at like random schools just to take care of the kid and reassure the kid and let them know that they have your back. Um, that's what it looks like. It looks like people actually putting in the work to try to stop this, because this is it's a stupid problem, but it is a problem. Um, I hate bullies, and this is something I am real adamant about. That's why when I do hear about people who go through it or have been through it, I'm always quick to step in. And that's just how I've been my whole life. I that's one thing I can't stand.
I
Um,
agree. I feel like
Hold
I've been
hold on. Before we move any further, because that is a resource. Greg, are you talking about ADAB, Dads Against Bullying?
I think so.
Okay.
I
Like,
was
like I seen some of their clips on YouTube, and I was just like, "Yo, that is so dope." Like that's something like I would want to do. Like either something like that, or like how you see the what's the name, the videos where like people hunting down like the P word. I don't know if I could say it on here, but those people. And like I would want to do something like that, like be almost like a bounty hunter or something like that for like bullies and the P words.
yes.
Yeah. And then I also like, there's also like a texting thing. Like, I forgot the numbers, but I'm sure Kay probably already said it. But you can text, like, even when you don't feel like you don't want to, because, like, sometimes I get in that state where I don't want to talk on the phone. I just want to text, you know what I mean? So, like, you can also, there's a number that you could text, like, when you feel like you just don't want to talk to anybody, but you need that advice, you need that help. And don't be scared to get help. It's not a bad thing. It's not. It can save your life. It can help you. It's not a bad thing to ask for help. You're not a burden. Like regardless, like I was bullied my whole life in school, so that's why like I never spoke up when I was in school. I just handled it and just fought a lot. And I still think to this day, like, I wish I would have done this instead because I should have stood up for myself more. Um, but now, when the situation that happened recently, I stood up and my voice was heard, even when I felt like it wasn't. It was definitely heard. So don't feel like that you're not going to be heard, because you definitely are. And at first you may think that you're not heard, but I promise in the end your voice is going to be heard.
I swear to God, bro, the fights that I would have to go through, bro. Cause it, like, don't get me wrong, like I've been short, been fat all most of my life, bro. Before, cause I think the school that I had met K at was called Bethel. Before I got there, I went to this school in Irvington. Oh, what's the name of that school, bro? Anyway, like having to deal with people like all day until I finally like stood up. Like once I start knocking people out, like that's when everything stopped. Like once I start hiking back, that's when everything stopped. Like sometimes that's just what you need. So I definitely know about that whole fighting back, bro. Because my mom had to come to school a many a days. That's one of the main reasons why I ended up going to Bethel, because it had to get me out of get me out of that school. But I
Hmm.
definitely feel that, bro. Definitely.
Yeah, I definitely, like, I didn't know how to use my voice back then, so I was just tired of it, and it came to a point where I used violence when I shouldn't have. But it did help a lot in ways that it should have, but it just made, like, to them, I stood up for myself, you know what I mean? So, like, obviously it still happened from different people, even the same people, but I stood my ground. So they knew they just couldn't continue to do it worse or walk over me, you know? But I definitely get that, Zay. I was kicked out of school so many times from it. I was expelled from one, because, yeah.
I'm gonna go off of what the biggest was saying. The awareness that we bring out. But also, I want to say, kind of like what I said before, the action. If you're seeing something, say something. If you see bullying going on, step up for them. Say something, stop it, whatever you have to do. If you see that somebody's in trouble, or you're worried that something is going to happen, do something. It's easy to say that you're going to do something or that you should have done something, but it's the action that needs to happen, and that's what we need to continue doing.
I agree. I feel like when I was going to school and it was like I would see certain things or I would see people getting bullied, I was always like stepping in, and I used to beat this girl up every day because she tried to bully somebody who I mean, I'm not going to say she wasn't my friend, but I just knew that she didn't know how to defend herself. And I don't like stuff like that. Like, you think you better than somebody because they don't have a voice, or they can't use their voice. They don't know how to use their voice and stuff like that. And you think that that gives you cool points. It does not.
Yes, the biggest. You said it perfectly, because, like, I couldn't stand up for myself, but when I seen it happen, I literally stood up for other people, because I knew how it felt also to have it done to me. At the same time, like, that person I knew deep down could not defend themselves, regardless, like, voice, whatever. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I definitely agree with the biggest on that.
No, I
Bro,
know exactly what you mean.
bro,
I know
and
exactly what you mean.
I I almost like got in trouble, like legal trouble. Because whew, one of my boys, and he wasn't like a fighter. He was like, he wasn't a fighter at all. Some new kid had came to school, and I guess they started whatever, and he brought some of his people from his old school to fight him. When word got around to me, it yeah, I almost went to jail. Cause I hate that. I hate that with a passion. I hate that. So yeah, I definitely get it. I will always, if I see it and I know, like, especially if I know they can't defend themselves, yeah. Like I turned, like, it was really like WWE for real. Like, and me, like, don't get me wrong, I got hands, but once I get a hold of you, it's over.
That part. And I also feel like the people that be getting like bullied and stuff like that, it's normally like the sweetest people, the sweetest people
Exactly.
who don't do anything to nobody. They just be minding their business. And then somebody comes along to try to like make them feel less than when it's like, no, no. So yeah, I'm always step in for sure.
I absolutely agree with what Jess was saying and what you guys are saying. Springing into action. There's a lot of ways you can do that as a community. Picking back off of what Unfiltered said, um, there's a lot of communities like 911. They have what's called an MCOT team. That's a mobile crisis team that'll come out to you if you feel like you cannot physically leave your home because you're scared you're going to hurt somebody else. Um, so, like, if a community doesn't have something like that, you can always talk to your city council, bring more awareness to what needs to be out there, and what create more resources. Petition your city council to do stuff like that.
I just remember this time that there was this like group of kids who bullied my sister to the point, like, have you guys ever seen that movie like where she gets bullied online and stuff? I forgot what it's called.
Cyberbully.
Yeah, that movie. Um, so my sister like was bullied to the point where she made a video and was about to do the same thing, kind of like that. So as the bigger sister, I took care of it. I'm not gonna say too much, but I took care of it. And they never like bullied my sister again because like even like I'm like real disappointed in schools because even when we did speak up about it, the administrators never did nothing towards it, you know? So like it kind of disappoints me the way the school system is. Um, but I literally had to take it into my own hands, but it was just the point of I almost lost my sister, you know, like my only blood sister. Like it just it's rough and it is, but just don't feel low because I promise there's at least somebody who loves and cares for you, and that even us, like I even if I don't know you, like feel free to message me if you need some money. Like just don't ever give up. Like even when you feel like you need to, just don't.
Heavy on that. Yes. Call Greg. Call Greg, bro. I promise you. If you getting bullied, or if you need somebody to shake something, call Greg. Call Greg. I promise you. I got you. I will take care of it. I promise you.
Feel free to call Shanice as well. It's past the biggest at this point. Call Shanice.
I think all of our DMs are open. So if you are feeling like you need to reach out to anybody, reach out to one of us because we'll all be here.
Yes, completely. Unfiltered the podcast right now is ran by me and Jess, like this page. So if I don't get the DM, Jess will get the DM. One of us will. And any of our co-hosts, any one of us up here right now, you can always reach out to us. I think I don't. Again, I always specify this. I don't talk about God or religion or politics on my podcast for certain reasons, but I believe the universe, God, whatever you believe in, led me to all of my co-hosts and everyone who is in this panel for a reason. because of what they've been through, what they've seen, what they've heard, how they do their lives day to day. And with that being said, I wanted to actually add something into there that I did not have previously because as I was listening to you guys' stories and things of that nature, it comes to mind 13 Reasons Why, the TV show on Netflix. I don't know if you guys ever watched that. It
I
comes to
have.
mind. It comes to mind. Even Stranger Things, and it's always the little ones being bullied, and the underdog always gets the win. But what happens when the underdog doesn't get the win? You know? And it just makes me think because I have girls of my own. I have one that's about to be in junior high in a few years, and whew, 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 whew. Yeah. But it just those are some shows that you can really watch and really get a better aspect of what happens in schools, in kids, and like schools, like for our children or for children. Um, and the only reason why I brought this up is because I'm also going to drop an episode. We're dropping an episode next Friday, which is usually Free Talk Friday, but it's about mental health wellness, and it's because the month of May is for children in particular. So that is just a little drop there of our next episode. We're gonna be doing a Thursday episode as normal, but we're doing a special episode on Friday. But how can we teach the next generation to move differently without violence, without learning to stand up for themselves? How can we teach the next generation to move differently? How can we teach the next set of bullies to move differently? There's so many hows we can teach. Like we can teach the bully, or we can teach the underdog. Whatever you want to answer to that.
I'm going to
Um,
say kindness because it starts at home. You want to raise your children to be kind to everybody. You want them to know that you don't know what other people are going through. You want them to know that people are different and that's okay. So just, being kind to everybody.
I agree. I feel like teaching like the younger generation that people are different, learning like teaching them like different disabilities and stuff that people have, and it's not okay to just talk about them, and it's not okay to make them feel bad because they have like a disability and different things like that, and it's not okay to be a bully. And for the bullies, I would say um reach out, because like they were saying earlier in the episode, sometimes bullies bully other people because they were bullied. Just knowing that it's not okay, and you knowing how you feel when you were bullied, don't want somebody else to feel that same way.
Yes, don't stay quiet.
Yes,
See
literally
something,
speak
say
out.
something. Yes, yes.
Hmm.
Kind of go as Jess. Very like kind words. Just like my mama always used to say, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. Even if you don't fuck with them or don't like them or they just ain't your vibe, like doesn't mean you have to go and bully somebody, or because like at the end of the day, like you don't understand, like you don't know what's going on in somebody's life. You don't know what's happening behind closed doors. You don't know anything regardless in that situation. And for the bullies, like they said, like reach out, like even if you haven't been through it, don't make somebody feel miserable just because you're miserable, or reach out and get the help. Like even if you're not miserable and you just do it just to do it, reach out, because that shit is not cool. Like you don't like you don't get fucking cool points for that. Like
I will want to say, don't be that person that just stands there and watch. Don't be that person that just record and let it the situation go further than what it is. Um, and if you are someone that is getting bullied, like everybody was saying, like speak up. It is important to speak up. It is important not only for yourself, but it's also for other people because once they see that you're doing it, they're doing it as well. Don't just stay quiet because your emotions is going to eat at you constantly. Just speak. Don't hold it in. Don't shy away. Don't think that anything will hurt you further on because there will be someone to help you. There will be that person that's going to be there for you. So don't think that you're alone because you're not.
I love you, Bessie.
And don't be a follower, be a leader. Lead your way. Don't.
We love you, Submiss, and if you need us after this, please don't hesitate and message us.
Yes, it literally doesn't cost you anything to be kind to somebody. Everybody is not everybody's cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? And just like Petty was saying, like um just because you don't like somebody for whatever reason, it doesn't mean that you have to make them feel bad about themselves in any type of way.
Yeah, I don't know if I can answer that question for real. 'Cause I think Kate said without violence. Yeah, no, my kids gonna have hands, bro. We we gonna have hands over here. But again, with that comes discipline as well. I think discipline is definitely the key. If we can train our children to be able to defend themselves, but know when to, or and know when and how, then I think that's definitely a step in the right direction. Because I promise you, all it takes is, well, nah, in most cases, all it takes is that one time. All it takes is that one time for them to get out of line, and then couple hits here, then you don't really got to worry about quote unquote bullying no more after that. But yeah, I think discipline is definitely the answer when it comes to that.
I honestly agree with everybody up here. Um, I believe that it does have a lot to do with the parents, though. Or maybe not parent is not a good word to use, but their role models who they look up to. It might be grandma, grandpa, could be aunt, uncle, whoever they're living with. Because it definitely is lead by example. I know as adults, sometimes we forget ourselves and we can be joking around, but kids don't see it as us joking around. Kids might see it as, oh, well, dad said this to mom. Why can't I say that to so and so? And so I feel like leading by example and then making sure that we have, going off of what Brose said, setting clear boundaries and, yes, okay, there's going to be a time for everything, a time to defend yourself, but don't jump into it. Make sure you go through all your options first.
See, Echoes, I needed somebody like you when I was younger. Cause yeah, all that go through options ain't really click with me when I was younger.
Oh, I absolutely understand that. Um, I'm actually going through something right now as an adult, here on this platform by
Girl, I
one,
think we've all been through something on this damn platform.
like,
Real heavy on that.
yeah, like I used to be part of a mental health team and I was literally bullied out of the mental health team. And yeah, so and then that's one part, and then the other part on the other side, I have someone who's claiming that I'm bullying them when I honestly I'm living unbothered. I'm unbothered by it. I have nothing against them. I mean, or anything like that, but they love to claim that I'm the one bullying them.
Who
So
you
I
need to pull
definitely
up on?
understand.
Listen, Echoes.
Who
Wait,
you need to pull up on?
sir, Rose, relax.
My bad.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
sit down. Take a couple seats. Relax.
I'm sitting down.
Okay, take a couple more. Echoes. You made me forget what I was gonna say to her.
My
Like,
bad.
no, just be unbothered emotionally, and I know my face speaks a thousand or speaks volumes, and everyone up here knows that. Like, if I think something, I'm like my face speaks for the words I cannot. So, um, just know that you are one of the kindest people I think I know besides Jess. And live unbothered and just let them see you reach the sky because the sky's the limit. And you can do anything you set your mind to. Yes, my face has subtitles. Exactly what you said in the comments. Yes.
And the more you let it show that it's getting to you, the more they're gonna continue to do it worse. Um, I don't know you, but if you ever need somebody to talk to, don't hesitate. Um, Kay knows, like, she's about the only one on the panel who knows, like, I just went through something online too. Took like a 3 month break. That's how bad it was. And I usually take breaks for my mental, but like, this was like a lot more. But like, so I know how it is, and I've been through that situation plenty of times. That wasn't my first. But just don't show that it affects you, because then they feel like they're getting somewhere. It makes them feel better, and so, like, yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm protecting my peace. So I mean, like I said, I mean, we can't we as well, I say we because we've all mostly been bullied. Most of us have. Like we can't control the situation, but we can definitely control our reaction to the situation. So, like I said, I'm living unbothered. They're not in my head. I'm not allowing them to get to me. But I really definitely appreciate you guys giving me myself a safe space, because not a lot of people tend to forget your strong friends. A lot of people tend to forget those who advocate for mental health. We need help too. We need a safe space too. So I definitely appreciate you guys for offering me that.
Always.
Always.
Definitely, and it's crazy you bring up strong friends. I don't know if y'all familiar with the artist Royce the 5'9", but he has a song called "Strong Friends," and yeah, please remember to check up on them as well. Like, just because they make it look like it ain't heavy, don't mean it ain't heavy.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like there was, I think it was Echoes who said something earlier um on here, and she was saying that like when she talks to people, the first thing she tells them is that they're strong. I feel like for me, I'm always kind of like, well, I'm tired of being strong. Like, when can I be weak? When can I break? When can I, have my moment to take that to readjust myself in a way?
Definitely agree with the biggest on that. I be feeling like that all the time. And I do have my breaking moments, but I have to stay strong for a lot of people, and not just myself too. But it's just hard. Like, sometimes, like, like, exactly, the biggest said it perfectly. Like, when can I, like, even though, like, we seem like we're the strong ones, just know we're probably fighting worse shit, like, we just don't say it because we want to be there for you. We want to help you. So we don't want to burden you more, if that makes sense. I feel like, but not a burden, but yeah, but we're strong friends, yeah, because, like,
but we need that too. We need someone there for us too. We need that, like, that love, that support, like that confidence, like even when you feel like they don't, the strong ones is the ones who usually need it the most.
Absolutely. And when you're in
And
that moment, you literally feel so weak. I'm sorry, Kay.
you're good, baby. And that reminds me of, because I'm a Joe Budden fan. Yeah, hold your tomatoes. I know whoever doesn't like him up here, or in the comments. But I'm a Joe Budden fan, and he has a song called "Only Few Minutes." Said, "Let me sit in silence. Let me don't speak for a minute. I'm tired of being strong. Please let me be weak for a minute." Because off of what going with Echo says is like when you're the strong one in your family, or when you're the one that everyone always runs to, your "I'm fine" just seems like, oh, she'll be fine, she'll be okay, but in the inside you're dying, and it's like, oh, you said you're suffering through this and that and the third, but you're smiling on your podcast, or you're smiling here, yeah, because I paint my face like a clown. I have to come up
Yes.
here and smile. I have to come up here and be. I could feel like I'm dying inside, and like I want to do 100,000 different things, but to put to give a safe space for those who don't have it, I need to paint my face like a clown and just smile and just be there for everyone else. Because at the end of the day, it's F me. What can I do for you?
Yes.
Yes, I completely agree with that. I mean, a lot of us up here, and I know we all in our own separate lives create that safe space for others, but that's the biggest lie that we tell everybody is I'm fine. It's the biggest lie we tell. And sometimes it's easier for us to put that smile on because it's easier to smile than it is to unload everything that you're carrying, not only for yourself, but for everybody else. So I agree with that.
It's like you gotta fake it till you make it.
Hey man, I don't know if nobody told y'all today, bro. I love y'all. Feel me? I love y'all.
I
For
love
whoever
you,
needs to
Greg,
hear.
and I
I love you
appreciate you
more.
every day.
Feel me? Like I know, especially when it comes with episodes like this, sometimes you just need to hear it. So just know that I love y'all for real, for real.
I kind of like you guys. I don't know. Some of your stuff. But tonight wasn't
He's
easy.
lying.
Tonight wasn't easy, but it was necessary. If you take anything from this episode, let it be this. Your words matter, your presence matters, and your life fucking matters. Hear that again
Amen.
if you have to. Your life fucking matters. I told myself I wouldn't curse tonight, but, and to anybody listening who's struggling, stay, speak, and reach out. There are people who care even if it doesn't feel like it right now. And to everyone else, be kind, be aware, and be the difference. Because you never really know what someone is carrying. This is Unfiltered the podcast, and we'll see you next time. Stay unfiltered, y'all.